Wayne Parnell getting the wicket there, having taken the previous wicket, the catch to see off Mitchell, having taken a wicket earlier to see off Hartley. So Parnell has now taken 1 for 27, I think it is, in 3.2 overs. Wood goes for 1. And a round of applause for Jonathan Bushnell. Flew through the air like Superman.
Indeed he did. And it's Tom Bailey in at number 10. I think that's one of the better sub-fielder catches you'll see. As it's a shorter delivery here. They're trying to run a by and Robinson's not able to be on target. Back of a length and he tried to pull. Wasn't quite there and is definitely coordinated to get de Grantom on strike, and that brings up Lancashire's 150. And Robinson was not able to strike at either the wicketkeeper or the bowler's end. If there was, would have been another wicket down as Parnell. With 3 left in the game for Durham from a bowling point of view, and de Grantom is only able to get a single to backward point. Ben Rain with a diving stop. That shoulder seeming okay now. They've not reached the cut-off time. Or is the cut-off time when the over has to start being bowled?
Yeah.
They might have just reached it then. Clock ticks over to 10-8 here. 2 balls left. And Parnell...
Oh!
Clean bowled! Tom Bailey departs for a 2-ball duck. Full, straight, you miss, I hit. And Parnell claims his second in the over. And it brings out Matthew Parkinson as number 11. A short and a not a very sweet stay from Bailey at the crease. And this has been a exemplary death bowling performance from Durham so far. Can Parnell finish it off?
They had, I thought they had Parkinson's name on the board earlier, so I wrote him down, but it was Bailey who was in there. So, well, this has been good from Durham. They've got to back this up now with the ball, with the bat, after bowling well here. And the 9 down as well, 151 for 9.
Bushnell's being moved around by Parnell. And this is the final ball of Lancashire's innings. Parnell in and... it's
just over the target.
Almost a test match length from Parnell. Parkinson not able to get any bat on it and Robinson not able to effect a run out. But overall, a very good bowling performance from Durham. They will require 153 runs to win against Lancashire Lightning. Parnell finishes with 2 for 28 off his 4 overs. Very disciplined bowling, picking up wickets at key intervals. Removing Josh Buttler early is a huge thing for Durham. Set them on their way and done very well to just restrict Lancashire to 152. Ryan Campbell looks like he's just given Bushnell a celebratory high five for that miraculous catch that he took. I imagine he's a very happy head coach at the minute.
2 for 22 in 4 overs from Parnell. Be an update for Radio Newcastle shortly, but the target for Durham will be 153. .6 and over. There's a suggestion the YouTube feed might be reacting to the music that's being played in the ground and stopping itself as a result of that, but that's a new one on me. Yeah, good work from Durham. They've restricted them to 152 for 9. They lost 3 quick wickets towards the end. Mitchell caught by Wayne Parnell off the bowling of Ben Rain for 31. Then Luke Wood was caught by Jonathan Bushnell, a brilliant diving catch on the boundary after Wood had flicked one down towards long leg. That was off the bowling of Wayne Parnell, so he departed for 1. And Jones got a second ball duck, bowled by Ben Rain as well. And then at the end, Bailey bowled by Parnell for none. De Grandpump finishing on 10 not out. So 152 for 9. Target then for Durham goes along at a run rate of around about 7.6 and over. You should be able to score those kind of runs, but I have seen so many games on this ground over the years where it's looked fairly straightforward for Durham at the halfway stage and they haven't got there. So there'll certainly be no counting of chickens tonight. If they back themselves with the bat and they get off to a good start, then maybe they can see themselves across the line. But I don't think Lancashire will feel that they're out of this one yet. So it could be in for a really entertaining Durham reply in around about 10 minutes' time. Ready to get underway here then for the Durham innings. Target is 153 at 7.6 and over. Graham Clark and Alex Lees are out in the middle, and the first ball is an attempted drive from Clark off wood, and a play and a miss. Two wickets apiece then for Parnell, De Leader, Rain and Souter. Clark got 102 last Friday night, and then on Sunday afternoon a duck. Wood in, and that's quick. A play and a miss there from the batsman. Wood in from the Lumley end. Left arm over, driven by Clark. That's a lovely shot. He's made right out of the middle of that one, off towards the Castle stand for 4. The only fielder on that boundary was at point. Nice start from a Durham point of view there. Luke Wood is now 27. And started his career with Notts, played for them from 2014 to 2019. Loaned out to Northants for a period around about 2019, and then joined Lancashire in 2020. Of course, we didn't have a full season in 2020. It was a mini T20 competition and a very short Bob Willis Trophy tournament as well. And Clark has been put down. Wood was celebrating there, and Josh Butler's put the ball down. I don't know if there was a connection or not, but Wood certainly thought there was. So,
if that is a drop, that's a very regulation catch, or should have been a regulation catch for a keeper of Josh Butler's ability.
Last week he was put down in the 70s and then again in the 90s. They've moved the fielder out onto the cover boundary and brought point in close onto the discs as Clark looks to push at that one, and that's been a nippy over, that, hasn't it, from Wood. Just one delivery left. It's so quick, it's almost impossible to spot the ball when it leaves his hand. It's literally like the spot the ball competition, which you will not remember because they probably don't have that anymore now. But that was a big payer for the likes of the Shields Gazette and the Sunderland Echo. They used to...
What, back in the 80s, 90s?
70s, 80s. There would be a photograph of a football match and you had to put some crosses, and you paid for 50 crosses or whatever, and then a panel of judges would decide which cross was the nearest to the middle of the ball. Oh, that's pulled away sharply by Clark this time for 6. Wow. Just short of a length, and he saw it early, and he's hammered that over deep mid-wicket for 6. So 10 off the over. Yeah, they had a team of women, and they were opening letters galore. There's a documentary about this, Sunderland Echo, which came out about 1985. Your Paper, Your Town, it's called. My Auntie Sue features on it because she was a features writer on the Echo at the time. But they had a room full of women emptying these thousands of envelopes that were coming in every week with entries for Spot the Ball. Must have been a massive earner for them.
There has been some similar stuff, as Tom Bailey is the bowler from the Finkel end. There's some similar stuff in, I remember picking up like Match of the Day magazine and stuff like that. There's similar sort of stuff, but no, I don't think anywhere near in the same detail as you've described there.
No.
As Bailey will bowl to Captain Lees.
Trying to stay around the corner out of the sun.
And Lees tucks this away off his hip. First ball should be 2. Fielder's got a long walk round, a long run round, and it will indeed be a couple for the Durham skipper. Off the mark straight away. Yeah, definitely not as in much detail as what you described. Definitely not in as much detail as you described there, Marty. But
Yeah.
you know, guess the ball competitions are still alive and kicking. As Bailey in and leaves again, hooks this to the leg side and will be a single. It looked like he was trying to dance down the pitch to Bailey, but was not able to get all of it. A few bowling changes for Lancashire tonight. I think Saqib Mahmood played last night. I think he's missed out. He's missed out tonight.
Bohannon's not playing today either as well. I had him down on my list.
I think he came in yesterday. He's been in for the last couple of games due to another injury, but I think with Butler coming back, they've gone for him as Bailey's in. Clark backs away, gives himself room and carves it beautifully away through point for 4. Took a step to the leg side as all the batters are kind of taught to do now, modern technique against the white ball. Step to the leg side, give yourself more room to free up the offside, and Clark obliged. He moves to 14 off just 7 deliveries.
It was George Bell who was keeping wicket until Butler returned. He's only 20, so he's sitting out today.
Bailey is in and Clark just defends this one. Phil Salt was the keeper last week against Nottinghamshire.
Yeah, well, he can play keeper as well, can't
he? He suffered a back spasm in the last over of Nott's innings. So he sat out, not last night, he sat out the game before that one. I think they played Monday night as well. But he sat that one out as a precaution.
Tom Bailey's one of the other lads I was mentioning earlier who went to Myerscough College, which is where Michael Jones went. He's bowling to him.
And that is dispatched by Graham Clark for 6.
Yes, he is, because Jones isn't out there yet, is
he? He's not in
the T20 match, not a championship match. He'll be in next.
Slightly fuller from Tom Bailey there, and Graham Clark. The sort of form he's in, not only seeing the white ball, but he's been in good nick to start the red ball season as well. Full of confidence, and he gave that one the works. He moves to 20. With just 1 ball left in the second over. Durham off to a good start so far. Bailey is in, and Clark again backed away. Tried to get it through point, but ended up going towards captaining Livingston at mid-off, and there was no run. So Durham 23 for none at the end of the second over. Clark with 20 and Lees with 3.
2 runs ahead they are of where Lancashire were after 2 overs. Sun's just starting to dip, and 1 or 2 jumpers going on now in the crowd. Sun's just gone actually behind a little cloud. Might come out again in a moment or 2, blind us once more. But
I still need the sunglasses from where I'm sitting.
New over from the Lumley end, and this is the Grandham bowling here. The ball played to point by Lees for 1.
Maybe trying to see if taking the pace off is the answer. Rain was effective in Durham's innings with the ball.
Just trying to remember if the Grandhams, he got 63 not out for Warwickshire against Durham in Birmingham in 2018. 79 wickets in this format. That's played wide by Clark beyond mid-off out towards Cow Corner. A good diving stop way down in the deep. Excellent piece of fielding there.
I think that's Rob Jones.
Yeah. He's got long hair and a sort of Three Musketeers facial thing going on the face there. Beard and tash. Grandham in again. Short bouncer, slow bouncer, should I say. Pulled to square leg on the boundary. Stopped by Tom Hartley. 1 run for Clark.
I think the umpire had to duck out the way of that one.
Yeah. From the umpires tonight, that's Neil Pratt, who's was at square leg for Clark. James Middlebrook behind the stumps at the moment. As the Grandham comes in a bowl to Lees. Lees takes a step towards square leg and thumps the ball out to short extra cover to Jones, the number 12. It is him with that beard and long hair poking out the bottom of his cap. Parkinson's down here, fine leg on the discs. He played a game in the county championship for Durham against Derbyshire on loan a few weeks ago. That's a very erratic, slow bouncer down the leg side, and Lees looks to try and swat it, misses it. Not giving us a wide, though. Didn't look at my screen quickly enough to see where that pitched, but it looked from here like it was going down the leg side.
I think Lee's attempting to play at it is meant that it's not been given as a wide.
Comes in again, pitches it up, and Lees drives back past the bowler, and sliding in at the far end is Wood, coming around from mid-on to field that one. 3 overs gone then. Durham are 28 without loss, and Lancashire were 32 for 1 at that point.
Looks like it's going to be a change as Butler has been given his helmet. Is this an early introduction for Durham Mitchell, maybe? Tom Hartley? Looks like it's Hartley. Is indeed. Livingston giving him the ball. Rob has been back on, seeing as we mentioned Thornhill earlier. Before Thornhill was mentioned, he says 102 for 3. After Thornhill Parkland has mentioned 49 for 7.
So they lost the last 7 for 49 runs, did they?
If what Rob is messaging me is correct, as Hartley and Lees has picked that up straight away, and it's gone for 4. Fielder out there trying to make an audacious one-handed catch as Jones trying to make an audacious one-handed grab, and unfortunately for him, it's not only been dropped, it has gone for 4 as well.
I don't know if it bounced off his back and went over the line here.
Hartley's coming around the wicket to Lees. Left arm spin to left-handed batter, and Lees goes again, and he's got 6.
4.
Is it 6 or 4? 4. I lost track of that one.
You've lost that in the light behind the window frame, but it bounced just in front of the rope in the corner there.
The way Lees...
You could actually see that one.
Rarity this evening that we were able to see. Yeah. Bowling change from Livingston, maybe not the... I'm surprised Hartley's going around the wicket, to be fair. I thought he would have been coming over to Alex Lees, maybe trying to... But now there's some fielding musical chairs as Luke Wood is being brought up and sent back, and he's now brought up as Hartley's in. And Lees now plays this to Livingston at mid-off, and they'll go through for a single. Spencer start 9 off 3. It's an interesting tactic to bring your spinner on within the opening 6 overs of a T20. And he now sends, I think that's Darryl Mitchell, and Darryl Mitchell's out at deep mid-wicket. As Hartley is into Clark, and he turns that finally around the corner. And it's a misfield. It's a misfield from Bailey. And will it go for 4? He's made a diving attempt, and there will be 3.
Not good, not good.
It was a very slow, tricklish delivery that Clark only managed to feather around the corner, so it should have only been a single, and a less than ideal attempt at fielding from Bailey means Durham scampered through for 2 more. Lees plays that one into the leg side. I'm able to pick that one up straight along the ground for a single. Phil Salt in the outfield this evening.
Coming into tonight's game, Lees had 140 from 3 innings.
An LBW appeal against Clark, and he's been given a bit of a more skiddy delivery from Hartley, and Clark is less than impressed with the umpire's decision. He has to walk. Bit of a skittish, bit lower delivery from Hartley there, and Clark has to depart for 26 off just 14, 2 4s and 2 6s. Durham lose their first wicket, and it brings Michael Jones out at number 3.
That's hit. I think that's hit him on the box. Right in front of the stumps.
41 for 1, and Hartley is able to atone for his poor start to the over by picking up wicket of one of Durham's biggest dangermen, Graham Clark. And the skipper, Liam Livingston, is going to bowl himself from the Lumley.
Durham are 41 for 1 after 4. Lancashire were 40 for 1. Livingston, bit of spin, right arm round. Lees cuts this off towards Wood at wide mid-off for 1 run. Livingston bowling off spin. Had the 1 test match against Pakistan in December last year. He's played 12 one-days for England and 29 T20s. His last the World Cup final win against Pakistan in November. He's taken 89 wickets in this format. Best figures 4 for 17 against Leicestershire 5 years ago.
Can turn it both ways as well. He has been working on his leg spin. Camp has
played around the corner here and down towards the boundary it goes, right in front of the clubhouse and kept away from the ropes just. And they run 3. So Jones off the mark. First ball with a 3. Down towards fine leg. He's on 16. Target, remember, is 153. It's 7.6 and over. 45 for 1 at the moment. 108 more to win. Lees with a little back foot punch shot. Pulls it up to wide, long on for 1 run.
Jones slipped. Unable to come back for 2. Livingston's not the most consistent. He's not the most economical bowler in T20s. He has been known to leak some runs. Certainly an interesting decision to bowl himself this early on.
Comes in. Swept by Jones out towards deep mid-wicket for 1 run. There's a fielder out there in the shape of Tom Hartley with his back to the TV screen, which is sandwiched between the end of the pavilion and the near gable end of the health club. Lees pulls this up towards long on for 1. And 1 ball left in this over, so they've had a single of all of the deliveries other than the second, which went for 3. 48 for 1. Livingston bowls, and Jones with a little push up to Wood at long on for 1. So 49 for 1 after 5. And Lancashire at that point were 50 for 2. So 1 run and 1 wicket in it at the moment. Paul Summerside, a much better bowling performance from Durham. If you want to get in touch, at Marty Cricket on Twitter, or you can email wearecricket@yahoo.co.uk. Wayne Madsen's got 71 not out for Derbyshire tonight. He got 109 this week as well. So it's his 5th consecutive T20 score of 50 or more. According to Dave Griffin, the statistician at Derbyshire, their photographer, breaking his own club record of 4 in a row set in 2017.
Will be Hartley to continue. A bit of a wait before he begins his second over. Jones is on strike, slightly back of a length, and Lees is backing up very enthusiastically and almost suggested to Jones, why are we not taking a single there? But sent back by his partner. This one is tucked to Livingston at mid-off, where there will be a single. And that is Durham's 50 in just over 5 overs. Been a very good start to proceedings in their chase.
It was 50 for 2 in 5 overs for Lancashire. Durham 50 for 1 in 5.2.
As Lees comes dancing down the track, and is a beautiful shot. Couple of bounces before going over the rope for 4. Luke Wood not able to do anything about that one. Lees brilliant use of the feet to dance down the track and send the ball back over Hartley for 4.
Something like 2,216 days between centuries for Durham in T20.
As Lees goes again, and this time it's gone over mid-off for 4. Very clear message being sent out by Durham to Lancashire and their spinners. They are not going to be allowed to settle And with Matt Parkinson, you'd expect to come in pretty soon after the power play is done. Could be a source of concern for Livingston as they try to defend 153 as deep backward square comes up to just a backward square, and Luke Wood is sent back to long on. Hartley pulls out of that one midway through his delivery stride. He bowls this one and Lees tucks us away down to Luke Wood for a single.
2,126 days between Paul Collingwood getting his century, the first for Durham in a T20, and then Graham Clark getting his last week, which was the second. And then on Sunday, Alex Lees got the within 10. He was caught in the boundary. Brilliant diving catch when he was on 90. So you nearly had 2 in 2 matches, having waited years for one and then 2.
Oh, beautiful shot from Michael Jones. And he'll pick up 4. Bounces just before the rope. Saw it all the way, stand and deliver. And that brings to it the power play to a very encouraging end for Durham.
63 for 1, I think.
Is indeed. Run rate currently at 10.5 and over, and the required run rate is down at 6.5 and over.
Lancashire were 58 for 2, so Durham edging it slightly by 5 runs there.
Does look like Parkinson's going to be brought into the attack straight away. These two, of course, have got great chemistry, having been opening partners in the opening rounds of the county championship.
No, that's why. Oh, yes, sorry, yeah. I'm getting confused again. Clark's gone now, hasn't he? Yes. So I'll get used to the batting order in the T20 in about 3 or 4 weeks' time when it's just about to end. Livingston, driven by Lees down towards long on and cut off way down the far end of the ground.
Looks like Parkinson might be the next change from this end. Wonder what the approach is to Livingston here. He's not the most, as I mentioned, he's not the most economical. Can be hit out the attack. I think he went 0 for 46 against Notts last week.
Going to come over the wicket now to Jones. Jones plays it short on the leg side, just within the discs. He's thinking to come back for a second, but Lee's told him just to hang on there. Philip Thompson says, "Evening, Marty. Enjoying a beautiful evening, watching on my mobile at a campsite in the grim north. Durham are looking good this year, but it's the hope that kills you." Need to know more about the campsite, Philip. Where are you? Livingston round the wicket. Oh, he's bowled! Lees, who's played and missed at that one. In fact, was he stumped or was he bowled? He's totally missed it, hasn't he? Leg stump, bowled him. 28. He went down the track and completely missed the ball. He's out for 28. And Durham 65 for 2. 24 added there.
Brings Ollie Robinson in at number 4. Enjoyed a much better T20 campaign. Well, much better start than last year. He's on loan from Kent and eventually made the move permanently up to the northeast. 88 more for Durham to win. They've got 13.5 overs left to get them.
Just totally missed the ball there, didn't he? 88 more to win.
It's the risk you take by coming down the track.
Livingston to Robinson. Robinson pushes the ball away past point. Is off the mark first ball. He's had a 50 in the last game against Notts. He was out on 50, and the match
he scored
before that 64, was it?
It's a new highest score from the T20s.
Yeah, 64 not out at Headingley. He's already had some runs in the county championship, including century. Jones with a pushing run up towards mid-on.
I think I remember speaking to Ryan Campbell at Media Day about his plans for T20, and I think I remember him saying that they had a plan for Ollie to be in a bit more of a consistent position this year in the batting lineup.
He's just played along the ground, back to the bowler who dives across to his right and retrieves his own ball. So 1, 2, 4 runs from the over and a wicket. Durham 67 for 2 after 7.
I think Robinson last year was he was used at 3, he was used at 5, he was kind of a little bit all over the place in the T20 batting lineup, and he's coming at 4 in all of the 4 games so far. So it seems like that's where his role will be for Durham this year. As he mentioned, he's already clocked off his first class century for Durham. He's been very good behind the stumps with the gloves. And it is Matt Parkinson into the attack from the Finkel end. Jones will have first crack against the leg spinner. And it's a punch to short extra cover for no run. Parkinson, as we mentioned, has played for both of these sides so far this year. 1 game loan for Durham in the County Championship. As this one is driven back to Parkinson, he misfields it. Livingston comes around from short extra cover to stop the single, which probably was there off the misfield. But Jones opting to remain at the crease. Parkinson in, and Jones turns this one to the leg side. Came dancing down the track a little bit, and it'll just be a single. Jones does the fielding at deep mid-wicket.
That previous ball has hurt Parkinson's hand. It was played into the ground and ricocheted across to him, and he got a hand on it, but it's causing him a bit of pain.
Robinson sits back and cuts him to deep point for a single. Slowed down a little bit since their quick start. Only 69 for 2. As Jones looks to play that to the leg side, but ends up squirting into the offside, and it'll just be a single. He's trying to work that one through mid-wicket and ended up through the covers. I get what you mean. Parkinson doesn't look fully comfortable after that fielding. Finishes off his first over here, and Robinson plays this into a practice pitch, and it bounces up into Livingston's mid-drift end of the over. 8 gone. Durham 70 for 2, requiring a further 83 to win.
Only 3 off the over, though. So from the point of view of Parkinson and Lancashire, not a bad over. So a message off Richie Wincop, who's watching. Ryan Pringle, the former Durham player. He's got 116 off of 13 overs for Burnmore at Whitburn tonight in a T20. That's so far, it says.
A reverse lap sweep there from Jones, and they're going to come back for 2. It's Hartley from the Lumley end, switched ends, and very fine reverse lap sweep from Jones. Didn't get all of it, but is able to pick up 2.
Comes in again round the wicket, defended by Jones this time. So Hartley 2.2 overs, 1 for 29. Will Hartley get Durham in a jam? Arm round. And this is played by Jones out of short extra cover. These are those middle overs where the spinners can just put the brakes on. Said it should be reachable, the target, but nothing's a given in this game. So Jones flicks this one up to long on for 1.
One of the key things will probably be trying to turn those 1s into 2s.
Yeah. So they need now 80 from 11.2 overs. 73 for 2, Durham, here on BBC Radio Newcastle. Partly around the wicket, floats that in, lofted nicely inside out by Robinson. He plays that so well. He just moved across the leg stump, playing through the line, pushing it out through the air, over the covers and away for 4 to the Castle stand. Nice shot.
Very nice shot from Robinson there. First boundary for him.
Hartley again. Robinson flicks this off towards square leg and we'll get 1 run. Parkinson comes round from fine leg to field it. And he raced through that over, didn't he? He's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 from it. So 9 gone, 78 for 2. So they're just 3 ahead of where Lancashire were. 75 needed at this moment in time.
Parkinson will continue. He's moving his field around. He's got a wide, long on and long off. Man at deep extra cover as well. And Robinson comes down the track looking to play him back over his head, but turns it into a sweep down to deep square leg. Who's back on the boundary? Man at deep mid wicket as well.
His brother Callum will be here on Sunday with Leicestershire.
As Jones comes down the track and lofts this one, and poor fielding from Phil Salt. Should have been comfortably stopped for a single. Salt tried to go for it with one hand and
pushed it over the rope, didn't he? All I'm looking at, where's the sun now? And I know you're going to say that big white bright thing in the sky, but is he looking at the angle he's looking at there? Is he staring at the sun?
A little bit. He's got his hand over his cap here as Parkinson in again, and Jones cuts this one. The thing that doesn't make sense though, he has his sunglasses on the back of his cap.
Yeah.
And he's not wearing them when he's got the sun potentially impairing his vision. I don't understand.
Maybe it's too dark in other parts of the ground.
Potentially. Floaty one from Parkinson, which Robinson drives, or slight misfield, and it will mean they can come back for 2, which should have been a single. So 2 bits of fielding there from Lancashire in space of 3 deliveries. That
wasn't good from Hartley, and he hasn't got the sun in his eyes because it's behind him. So he just slipped a little bit. Bit of dew coming down, maybe.
Parkinson in, and Robinson drives this one, and Luke Wood will come round and leave it for Hartley to field. 87 for 2 now. 9 from the over. Yeah, it might well be that it's too dark in the other parts of the ground. I think Salt might be fielding at the other. He might be doing long off to long off as well. Parkinson's in to finish his second, and Jones plays this one to Livingston at short extra cover. Halfway through Durham's innings with the bat, 87 for 2.
Fallen behind by 7 runs.
It's the middle. It's this set of overs though that Durham were able to put the skids on Lancashire batting wise. So if these two can be set together for a couple more overs, they'll have the confidence to bring them home. And it's going to be a change in the bowling from the Lumley end.
So 66 more to win. Remember, Lancashire won 8 games in a row here. They actually chose to play a quarter-final against Essex here because of their brilliant record in Chester Street. This is a floaty delivery from Mitchell, and it's just sat up, and Robinson's dispatched it with a plum. Straight over the covers for 4.
Welcome to the attack.
I think he was in about 5 minds as to what to bowl there. If he was trying to bowl a slower ball, he messed it up because Robinson saw that coming from a long way off and had loads of time to wait for it. Mitchell, the New Zealand international, in he comes again, pulled by Robinson out towards deep mid-wicket for 1 run. Again, a little bit of a misfield from Tom Hartley. Now, he's in the shade of the pavilion, and I'm just wondering if the grass is just starting to get a little bit of dampness in it now with the sun starting to go down. Not been the warmest of days here. It's been sunny, but there's been that little cooling breeze, hasn't there? So Mitchell, again, bowls turned by Jones out through deep mid-wicket. What I can tell you about the sunshine, as he gets 1 run here, is it reflects off your sunglasses. They are a mess. And you need a pressure washer on them to get all the grease off. How can you see through them? Look like they're covered in bacon fat.
That'll explain why I thought Alex Lees hit a 6 when he only hit a 4. Maybe I need my eye test.
93 for 2. 60 needed here on BBC Radio Newcastle. Mitchell to Robinson. Robinson plays the ball along the ground up to mid-on area for 1. Philip's been back on. He says, we've got a lovely little local campsite northwest of Durham City. First time here for a short break. We're staying at Strawberry Hill Farm. And there's a photograph of the tent in the background, which looks very similar to our tent. In comes the bowler. And Jones, a little punch shot up to long on for 1 run. So they've scored off every ball in this over. They've got the 4 first delivery, and then single since then. 1 left to come. 58 more needed from 9.1.
Thing is, everything more because the lenses are more reflective on the outside. I can see absolutely perfectly on the inside.
Yeah.
It is just the outside lenses. I did give them a wash, so need another one, obviously.
Wash them in putty. Mitchell in, this time shot from Robinson, but he gets away with it. It didn't quite carry all the way up to long on. It was about 4 or 5 yards short when it bounced. So a little bit of a scare for a moment or two there from him, but he'll keep strike. He's on 18, and Durham are 96 for 2 after 11, so they need another 57 to win from 9 overs. And they do have the wicket in hand because Lancashire were 99 at that point in time after 11, but they'd lost 3.
Change of ends for Lancashire skipper Liam Livingston.
Stuart Dick saying he's missed the first 3 T20s because he was on holiday in Lanzarote. It's a format though.
It's a good excuse to miss 3 T20s if you're in Lanzarote.
That's a nice place. We've been there 3 or 4 times. It's a lovely place.
Livingston bowls an attempted leg break there, and Robinson's able to just play this one out 2 point for a single.
I'm going to hazard a guess he went to Costa de Gizzi and Playa Blanca on the other side.
Livingston in, and Jones defends this back to him. He's actually bowled pretty well tonight, Livingston. 2.2 overs, 1 for 13. It's not been as expensive as in recent weeks. As Jones drives this one to deep cover, and it's collected cleanly this time. It will just be a single.
How much have these two put on?
These went out on 66 for 2, I believe.
33.
Livingston in, and Robinson's back into his crease again, playing this one to point, and Wood's not able to take it cleanly, so it'll be a easy single.
65 for 2 it was when Leeds was out for 28. That was in the halfway through the 7th. I've got 65 written down. This partnership's now 33 at 99.
Jones plays this one off the back foot, and that will bring up Durham's 100. Tom Hartley runs round to stop the 4, and the batters will come back for 2, and Durham move themselves to 101 for 2. 100 comes up off 11 overs and 5 deliveries.
Lancashire were 100 for 3 after 11.1.
Livingston to finish the over, and Jones again plays this out, and Hartley will field. 8 overs left. Jones will retain strike. He's on at 28 from 25. Robinson 20 off 15, and Durham require a further 51 to win at just under 6.5 and over.
They are 6 runs behind at this point in time. 108 for 3 versus 102 for 2. So this was the point where Lancashire started to just lose wickets. I did the maths, and they lost 7 wickets for 64 runs. So they were 87 for 2 and ended up 151 for 9. So Parkinson is going to switch ends here. It's going to bowl from the Lumley end. Running in to bowl to us. Jones on strike on 28. Robinson at the other end is on 20. 51 more to win. Parkinson, right arm over. Jones plays the ball short to mid-wicket. No run there. Got the Grandhom on the discs at third man. And fine leg on the discs. Tom Bailey.
Oh.
He's up in the air.
That's gone.
That's gone into the car park. And the stewards...
He's attempted a one-handed.
I don't think he saw it initially. Then he tried to catch it, and then it nearly knocked him off his feet. He bravely stood his ground until he could get out the road there, I think.
Protect the cars. Protect the cars.
Well, they'll have to check that ball because that thwacked into the car park, and it's made of the surface is bricking, isn't it? Sort of brick sections. Umpires just get on with it. James Middlebrook. So a big 6 there from Jones moves him on to 34. Durham 108 for 2. And he's going to try the same thing again. This might clear the side screen.
Does
hit the front of the side screen, but that was another mighty 6 there from Michael Jones. Skied it once again, and it's a long way out of the ground where the advertising, somebody's come and thrown it back in. Chances of the players climbing up over those advertising hoardings are about 7 foot high. He's on 40, Durham 114 for 2, 12 from the over. Parkinson again, Jones forward and plays the ball safely out to short extra cover to the groans of a few people in the ground.
He danced down the track. I think everyone was expecting the same result.
The ironic groan. Well, Alex Lees went down the track and missed one, so bear that in mind. Parkinson again, Jones, back foot, thumps it along the floor to long off for 1.
Am I correct in thinking Jones only started playing T20s last season?
50 partnership in 38 balls.
Was that? Am I barking up the wrong tree there?
I'll have to have a look. He hadn't played many, had he? In fact, he still hasn't played many. Next ball is a dot ball. And that is the end of the over. How many? Is this Michael Jones? No, he's played it. This is his 22nd.
Ah.
So he made his. Yeah, well, no, you're right. He made his debut against Leicestershire last year. He scored 21.
You got something right for once.
Yeah, well, if you think that if you were to play every group game, there's 14 matches. So you could easily be playing 28 T20s in 2 years, couldn't you?
Yeah. So Luke Wood's going to be brought back into attack by Liam Livingston. I think after that last over, Livingston is well aware that wickets are the name of the game now for Lancashire.
Durham have just edged ahead by a run as well. 114 for 4 versus 115 for 2. So the 2 wickets better off too. So in the 13th over, Lancashire lost their 4th wicket. That was when they lost Croft, bowled by Nathan Stoudett for 34. And they sort of lost their way after that, really.
Yeah, they just kept, as you mentioned earlier, just kept losing wickets at regular intervals, weren't able to get partnerships going. So Durham were able to just keep plodding away, and there's some field changes going around as Luke Wood will be coming around the wicket to Jones. He's hit on the pads. That looked quite high, and they'll run through for a leg bye. First up. Unfortunately, there's no footage of that superb Jonathan Bushnell catch.
Oh.
But there is a fantastic image.
Oh, who's that from?
Not tagged the photographer, but I'm sure we can find out.
Stu and Mark upstairs, the photographers here, yeah.
Durham's Twitter page for anyone who wants to go see footage, the photo of that catch as Wood is into Robinson, who flicks that away off his hips, and it'll just be a single. Colin de Grandhomme doing the fielding in the deep. That sun is now getting very low.
Yeah, I'll soon be
away to our left-hand side.
Yep.
Wood in again. top edge from Michael Jones. He's got away with it. He was looking to play that through the offside. Will it run for 4? The fielder's flicked it back, so he's done a very good job. I don't think it's going to be given as 4 either. They did run 2. Jones looked to play that one towards mid-wicket, ended up going towards the third man boundary, and it's very good work, I believe, from Matthew Parkinson and Daryl Mitchell, it looks like. Parkinson able to get on the floor and flick it back for one half of Lancashire's Kiwi duo. Wood is in again to Jones. Back of a length, and Jones has hit him straight to the fielder, and he departs for 43. Slightly back of a length delivery, maybe slightly less pace as well, and Jones, it looked a good shot to start with, but picked the man straight out, and he has to depart for a very well made 43. And Luke Wood, being brought back in after he bowled 1 over at the top of the innings, provides his captain with the valuable wicket of Michael Jones for 43. 2 4s and 2 6s.
For Rob Jones. 34 needed then from Durham's point of view. Ashton Turner's the new man.
Another very good innings from Michael Jones.
Partnership ended at 54.
Durham have got to be wary not to do what Lancashire did at the same stage. Need to get another partnership going relatively quickly here. Otherwise they could find themselves being dragged back into the battle. Currently under a runner ball. 34 off 38 deliveries left in the game. Find it hard to believe Wood's still only on his 2nd over of the game. I thought he would have bowled 2 at the top, but Livingston has held him back. He's come up with the wicket of Jones, and it's Turner on strike. And first ball he's pulled straight over the umpire's ducked out of the way of that one, and Turner is immediately off the mark with a single. $120 for 3. Last ball of the 14th over. It's Luke Wood to Ollie Robinson, who's on 21. And Robinson plays that for a quick single down to short backward point. He'll retain the strike for the next over. 121 for 3. 32 left for Durham to claim victory, and 6 overs remain.
Parkinson to finish his spell, none for 25 from his first 3. Bowling to Robinson. Robinson rolls his wrist through that one and plays it off towards the point boundary for 1. So they're 1 run behind, but a wicket better off than Lancashire were at the end of that over. Snip and tuck all the way here at the moment. Parkinson in again to Turner. Turner with a cut to the point boundary for 1. Jones fields. The sun's almost gone behind the pavilion.
Slowly but surely it's getting there.
1, 2, 3 for 3. Parkinson to Robinson. Robinson plays it to the point boundary to Jones again. First 3 deliveries of this over have been the same shot for the same run. 29 to win. 5.5 overs left in which Durham have to try and get there. Bowler Comes into the stumps and delivers. Turned nicely by Turner. He took a few steps down the track, met it on the bounce, just pushed it out through deep mid-wicket for 1 run. 28 to win. Required rate now is 5.3, and they have been going along at 8.5, so ahead of where they need to be. Parkinson once more, pulled by Robinson up towards wide, long on. He'll get 2. They should get 1 for the throw. It's Turner coming to the bowler's end, and he's got the long legs. 2 runs there. 26 to win, and 1 ball left from Parkinson, who will finish his stint tonight. 4 overs. So far, he's taken none for 31. Here is the final delivery from the Lumley end to Robinson. Same shot again from Robinson, up too long on, but just the 1 this time. Fielders on it a little bit quicker. So Parkinson, none for 32 in 4 overs.
I think that one was hit more straight towards the fielder rather than him having to run round and collect it. 25 off 5 for Durham. Very simple maths, 5 and over will do for them. And it will be Luke Wood to continue from down below us. Imagine it'd be Baz DeLeerder in next if a wicket was to fall. He has batted around 6 or 7 for Durham this year in the opening few games. As Wood to Robinson, who's pushing this out to the boundary, and he'll get a couple very good work from Hartley there. Lost track of that one. It looked like it was heading up towards the covers.
Hartley jam groan sent by Eric the Stanmore Mackham. Simon says, good evening, gentlemen. Watching from a very pleasant Kernmore. Very upset Luke Wells is injured. The energy he brings to the team is unreal.
This one slightly back of a length, and Robinson tried to pull it viciously out through the leg. So I didn't get all of it, and it'll just be a single. 22 to win.
He said the energy he brings, the sixes he muscles to the boundary, and the wickets he takes would even make the late, great Warney jealous. I remember I met Luke at a charity do. One surprisingly funny and very down-to-earth person. Hope he recovers as soon as possible. We are missing him dearly tonight, says Simon in Kernmore.
This one is turned, and it's a very quick single, and just Ashton Turner getting back in time. If it had been a direct hit from Wood, I think he would have carried on running straight back down to the pavilion.
He wouldn't have stopped, would he? The ball fired past the stumps and had 1 or 2 people jumping out the road.
I think Liam Livingston maybe caught that one a bit on the body, backing up at the bowler's end.
Mentioned that message from Richie earlier about Ryan Pringle, the former Durham all-rounder, playing for Burnmoor tonight at Whitburn, and he'd had 100. Philip Ray has emailed.
As Robinson pulls this one to deep mid-wicket for a single.
He said Ryan must like 2020s in Whitburn in June. In June 2018, he got 107 not out from 49 balls, including 10 fours and 8 sixes. That was for Brandon. Carl Turner scored 117 not out from 51 balls, including 9 fours and 10 sixes. Is that 5 years ago? That seems more recent than that. I remember that night. 2 balls left from Wood in his 3rd over, 1 for 20.
Turner pulls this one, and he's pulled it into gap. Should they'll only pick up a single, calling the ground round there. A bit of a slower delivery there from Wood, taking the pace off it, and Turner threw the shot a bit early, but no fielders in close and didn't get enough on it, so safely through for a single. Down below 20 to win.
Stuart says they stayed just 5 minutes from the airport in Playa del Los Apoquilos in Lanzarote.
Wood in, and
Oh.
that's cut straight through Ollie Robinson. He's trying to pull that one too deep mid-wicket, and it's gone straight through him to Josh Butler behind the stumps. 4 overs left, 19 more for Durham to win. Turner 5 off 5, Robinson 31 off 26.
134 for 5, plays 134 for 4.
There's 134 for 3.
For 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Just added a wicket on there whatsoever.
Do you want to make it? You just want to make it more interesting?
Yeah.
It's a big conflab here at the Lancs leadership group, trying to work out who's going to replace Parkinson at the Lumley end. And it looks like the skipper is going to handle the responsibility himself.
Right, the last, what did they score? They got 2 off the 17th over, but lost a wicket.
They lost 2 off the final over.
Yeah, and he scored 7 off the 18th, and just 3 off the 19th. So Livingston to finish off his 4 overs, driven by Turner out through the covers. That should go away for 4. Rob Jones is chasing after it. He dives, and he smashes into the Toblerone, and he's managed to stop a 4. And he took that face first there. And you can't see the advertisers anymore because the Toblerone's upside down. If you can have an upside down triangle, the bit with the advertising on it is not facing us, it's facing the ground, and we've got a white strip facing the air. 16 to win. Robinson on 31. They got 3 from that delivery, and that's going to be 6, is it? Smack bow of the bowler's head for 6. Clears the ropes at the far end of the ground, and 10 to win from a Durham point of view here. This all helps the run rate as well, remember. Durham's net run rate going into tonight, 1.4. Lancashire's was 0.4. Robinson again, the key man from a Durham point of view this evening. He's on 37.
He seems to have stepped in pretty well to a permanent move, and seems to have taken on a lot of responsibility.
Yep. Livingston stops. He was coming in the bowl. Then Ashton Turner hadn't left his crease, so
crowd giving some theatrics there.
A jiggery pokery going on. He comes in again, right arm over. Robinson with a defensive shot out towards the covers. So 9 from this over, bearing in mind in the 17th over of their innings, Lancashire got 2. Robinson turns a full toss on the leg stump towards long leg for 1 run. Oh, he's coming back for a second. Good running.
He's very
good
quick.
Running from Ollie Robinson.
He's very quick. He's very quick between the wickets.
He was coming to the danger end as well. And the ball had gone down to Stephen Croft at long leg. And he was on it fairly quickly. So I was a bit surprised to see that second run coming. 8 to win now. Livingston flights 1 in. And that's the end of Robinson. He's played it straight into the hands of Mitchell in the covers. He's out for 39. 8 needed to win. And Durham are 145 for 4. Is that De Grandom or Mitchell? De Grandom who took the catch.
Wayne Parnell is going to be the new batter. Can definitely swing his bat. Robertson receives a nice round of applause to make himself a very firm fan favourite here in his new home in the northeast. Would have been disappointed not to see Durham over the finishing line, but he's got them pretty much there.
Scored 26, that partnership there. So 145 for 4, with 8 needed to win. And 3.1 overs to go. So this will be Liam Livingston's last ball, 2 for 29. Bowls, and it's played by Parnell out through the covers, 4-1. So he finishes with 2 for 30 from his 4 overs. $17 gone, 3 to go, 146 for 4. Durham are 10 runs and 2 wickets ahead now. And they need 7 to win.
Looks like it'll be Luke Wood to finish off his spell of 4. It'll be Parnell on strike. Looks like Luke Wood is gonna come over the wicket. Currently 1 for 21 off his 3. And Durham 7 to win. Wood in and Parnell tucks this away off his hips. They might consider 2 and they will settle for just the 1.
So you had 2 players getting into the 30s for Lancashire, Croft 34 and Mitchell 31. Just 2 players getting into the 20s, Salt for 21, Livingston for 20. Durham have had 2 in the 20s, 26 for Clark, 28 for Lees, 43 for Jones and 39 for Robinson. So their partnerships have just been that bit better, haven't they? Particularly the third partnership, 54. Although actually Lancashire's third wicket was 47. First partnership for Durham, 41 versus 27, so that was a big difference.
Luke Wood to Turner, who turns this one away into his leg side. Wood came around the wicket. 5 to win.
So the first wicket partnership was 14 better. The second wicket partnership, 11 better. Third wicket partnership, 7 better. Fourth wickets were both 26 runs. Spooky.
Wood in to Parnell. Slightly shorter delivery, and that's been pulled out by Parnell to Hartley for another single.
Davy Fenwick, Ryan Pringle scored 162 tonight from 61 balls. Burnmoor beat Whitburn by 94 runs. That's a big, big defeat in T20 terms, that. Scott Borthwick, who we thought might be joining us on air this evening, but hasn't made it. He will be playing for Whitburn tomorrow. He signed for them last week. He's not playing in the T20s for Durham this year. 4 to win for Durham, by the way.
Turner drives this one back past the bowler to Livingston at mid-off. Turner 9 off 8. Parnell 3 off 3.
Turner didn't go into overdrive there. You don't get that one, do you?
Nope. Too young.
Batman Turner overdrive was the band.
Not all of us have got the experience, Marty.
No.
Wood with his penultimate delivery, and this one is defended by Turner back to him. I knew you were attempting to make a pun.
Yeah.
I could tell, but it's flying straight over my head.
You just get one away here, off the edge, a guided edge, final ball, wide of the keeper, down to third man for 4, because third man's wide.
Very fine edge.
Luke Wood enough in it to get it away from the keeper, though. Just glancing off the face of the bat.
Luke Wood to finish his spell, and it's not what you asked for, but it has gone in that general vicinity, Martin.
Yeah.
Down to wide third man. So that spells the end of Luke Wood's spell. That brings up the Durham 150 off 18 overs. And just inches away from a third win in 4 T20s this season.
Bearing in mind, Lancashire won 8 matches in a row here. Durham look like they are about to make it 3 in a row, having arrested that long slide in 2021. Turner is on strike, 3 needed. In comes the bowler with a short bouncer, which is chopped down into the floor, and a slow bouncer, should I say, from de Grandhomme. It took a while to get onto Turner's bat. He was sort of taken by surprise. It seemed to sit in the ground for a while, that one. The ground in shade now. The sun's gone down. Floodlights are on. Turner with a little flick off towards fine leg.
Should be
get
two.
Here, yeah.
Scores are tight.
Level. And they're looking here for a 6-wicket win.
Beautiful evening in Chester Street.
1.4 overs remaining here. So if it's off this ball. And I'm in. It's gone down the leg side. It's a wide. They went on a wide. So they do win with 1.4 overs to go by 6 wickets. And back to winning ways. And that's 3 defeats in a row for Lancashire as well after they won their first 3 in this year's T20. 3 defeats in a row for them on this ground now, which was a fortress Lancashire, for the best part of a decade. Turner, 12 not out. Parnell, 3 not out. Durham, 153 for 4. And they win by 6 wickets with 1.4 overs to spare.
Very good performance all round from Durham. One that will please Ryan Campbell tremendously. Tight with the ball, where they had struggled against Notts on Monday evening. And then with the bat, they had key partnerships together, Jones and Lees for that 3rd wicket partnership. Robinson and Jones were there together for a long time as well. Clark also adding some runs at the top of the order again, continuing his spell of good form. And as you mentioned, Marty, that's now 3 wins in 4 for Durham this season in T20s. A lot more positive attitude in T20s is paying off so far this season.
Yeah, it's just nice to watch, isn't it? I mean, it was typically Durham versus Notts the other day. Durham left 20 out there. They've made sure they've controlled things. The bowling was better tonight as well, wasn't it? And,
a lot better.
Alex Hales in his day, you're going to struggle to contain him, aren't you? But yes, they've kept things tight with the ball tonight, Durham. They gave themselves a good platform there in restricting Lancashire to 152 for 9. And then 26 from Graham Clark at the top of the order, an opening stand of 41. Alex Lees made 28. And they didn't lose momentum when they lost wickets. Jones came in and kept things going. He made 43. Robinson, 39. Turner not out 12 in the end there. Parnell not out 3. 153 for 4 in 18.2 overs. So they win by 6 wickets with 1.4 overs to spare. That's it from us then from Chester Street. Durham are back to winning ways, and they'll be back in action on Sunday afternoon against Leicestershire here. A 2:30 start. You can join us with the commentary. We'll be on air from 2:30 for the action, but the build-up will start at 2:15, and there'll be reaction to this on BBC Radio Tees and BBC Radio Newcastle in the morning in the breakfast shows. But from me, Martin Emerson, and from my co-commentator Rob Rush, it's good night as the sun goes down on a Durham win in Chester Street.